welcome back. We are still, I believe, in the hide and seek mission, even though we told Lord Mortimer that we thought the girl had committed suicide, but he didn't want to believe us. So, where the hell is the tower room? Oh, is it this one? I think it's this one. Anyway, so now maybe we can get back to finding our mother. Okay. Here's something. Oop, saw something down there.
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is on to us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Okay, what's this?
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Sweet. Okay, so it's called royal jelly, but it is still honey, so I'm not totally screwy earlier calling it honey.
Dante's Paradise.
Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Okay. That might be a clue, but it's kind of vague. There's something.
What is this disc? Oh, that reminds me of the ones my mother collects. It's magnetic.
Okay, we got a magnet. How the hell do they work? Let's see. Actually, they work well. Another painting.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Okay, so we're gonna have something with light rays and Paul facing ordeal. The curtain of his illusions is raised and he receives the light from his Savior. Ah, I've got 3 points left. Oh, cool. This one's free because of my occult knowledge.
A fierce opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's the best known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles.
Okay, I don't know if that gave us any clues because that was... Okay, we got a freebie. That's good. Multiple doors here. Let's look at our map. Okay, that's the way we came in. So we're gonna go over here. Or not.
The door appears to be locked on the other side.
What happens if I hit open? Same thing. Of course. Sorry about that. No,
I
wait.
think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor. Open sesame. It's open.
press square to consult your notes. Someone's onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. Okay, let's look around. What's this?
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Pick both locks. Yeah, let's use our freebie. There we go. You're kidding me. That's all that was in there? I thought it was gonna be a clue or something. Oh well. Coin? For whatever the good they're worth.
The New Testament. This volume dates from the first edition by Gutenberg. It's the first book that was ever printed. The pages are covered in annotations in Latin, French, and Hebrew. Someone spent years studying this Bible. A volume of the Gutenberg Bible.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot. I remember him saying the Acts of the Apostles in one of his talks a few minutes ago. Oh man. Okay, we'll come back to this if we really have to,
I guess I'll just come back later.
because I don't think magic, like just reading the right passage is going to, open a door or something.
It's St. John, painted by Guido Rini.
Leave for now. Let me get Sophistria. Okay.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Rini. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Wait, there's something else. Oh, it's the same thing. That's the painting. Okay. Ugh.
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by Guido Rini. Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by Guido Rini.
Okay, let's not press that again. Maybe I'm extremely thick, but we must find a safe way to keep his trust. The man with the sword.
Amber.
I don't want amber. Ah, finally some more jelly. Take it. There's got to be something else going on here. Do I have to really read all these passages? Nice, we'll try this first one. And the first one, and oh my goodness.
And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee and was baptized by John in Jordan.
There's probably a message hidden inside this. Let's go back to analyze. Is there anything? I don't have that. Bible's famous read. Oh my goodness. Does it even gray out the ones I've done? No. Okay, hold on. did say Acts of the Apostles. What's the deal with the sword? Ah, pick one.
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting.
Okay, it doesn't want us to brute force us, obviously. We've already looked at that. Was there another clue I could do? Yeah, let's use it.
St. John is known as the youngest of Christ's apostles. Well, we often give credit to St. John for having written about the apocalypse in the last book of the Bible.
Okay, so does that mean I should...
It's St. John, painted by Guido Rini.
see if there was a book of John over there?
Several
Anything
portraits
on
of
here I
apostles,
can
all signed by Guido
use my
Rini.
points on?
It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are
Commode.
fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
That's a weird name. Nope. Is there anything behind it? Okay. Now, is there anything around here with numbers?
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Rini. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
I really hope this isn't something supremely obvious that I'm just missing. Let's go back in the other room for 1 second. Double check that I haven't missed some... what's this? Oh, a coin, who cares? Fi on your coins. Okay, nothing there. Nothing on top of the mantle. These books here.
Dante's
No,
Paradise.
we already read
Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Raise your head. Let's see, is there anything up there? No. Okay, that was too obvious a clue. Are any of these pictures different? Doesn't look that way. This painting have a description?
St. Paul, painted by Guido Rini. St. Paul is shown holding a sword.
Oh,
Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently.
yeah.
There's a small inscription engraved on the
Sword.
frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
2-2.
So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
Okay, let's get back over to the Bible thing. Okay. This is Paul 2:2. Ugh. Well, let's just pick one and we'll try all 4 of them. Oh, crap. I'm so close. But not.
whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who think only of earthly things.
Okay, so I'm gonna need more info, but that was the last painting to be scanned. Is there anything on this bed? Is there anything else over here? The picture threw my gaze off? Nope. Consult my notes. Yeah, okay, I know that part. It's definitely Paul, and it's 2-2, because of the 11s. Roman numerals, obviously. But not anything about the...
St. Paul painted by Guy. So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
I haven't done this. Maybe there's another clue here.
Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle. St. Paul is shown holding a sword.
Yeah.
Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
Okay. Anything in this fireplace? Nope. Doors do not go out. Epistles of Paul 2:2. He said the pilgrims, so that would probably be the Hebrews. Well, let's just try one, man.
Thou hast put all things under his feet, for in that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him.
Well, that didn't quite do it. Okay. This has got to be the most... We've already done that one. We don't need to know anything about him. Maybe
Several
there's a different
portraits of
clue here.
apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Well, whatever it is, I guess I don't have the skill for it. Nothing up on the bookshelves. Okay. Think. We know it's the Paul, and it's the 2-2 because of the 11, or the II he saw there. And then, unless there's an 11:11, like chapter 11, verse 11, in one of the others. Hold on.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they were made ready, he fell into a trance. Hey, there's a note here. A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently. But first, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that?
Maybe she is running, so it's probably literal.
Clearly, she must be trying to do something useful, but what? Nightmare. Does that remind me of anything?
I would think it's a place.
You must surely speak of a place. Granting that this is the case, where might it be found?
Holy crap. 10 points, which I don't have. Where might it be found? Outside the manor. Holy crap. I'm just guessing pure. The wharf on the balconies in the garden. None of those. Doesn't sound right. Let's try ground floor room. The Red Salon. That just sounds it, so we're going with it.
I thought it would have been over there, but something's telling me that it isn't. I better keep searching. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Well, that one was just terrible. I'm usually halfway decent with clues, but yeah, no, that one was just terrible. At the end, I just had to look it up. And, wow. Yeah, all over the place with that one. Well, we got another point to add some goodies. Okay, let's see. What was that one that we need? Yes, diversion. We need to get that at least to level 1 right now. Because that seemed to come up quite a few times. It says politics. I can take this to level 2. This comes up occasionally, so I'm going to grab this as well. Okay, I did it. I didn't want to stand there and guess, but all right. On with the clown show. Validate that. Oh, and we get to add a new book to our... What's this? That's one that's still being found. Rules of civility and decency. 1 skill point in etiquette, 1 in politics, 1 in etiquette. Let's do another diversion one. That's... Oh, I can equip more. Okay. Linguistics. You know what? That might come in handy. Yeah, and 1 more. Sweet. Erudition. Questioning. Erudition. Okay. There we go. Now everything
went back and joined everyone in the small salon.
And the small salon, I believe, is downstairs. So where's our... Looks like there's a set of snow. Wait, that's the stairs going up, I think, that way. Yeah, it is. We need to go down. Jog, jog, jog. Helps if I find the stairs. What's up, Zeus? Lady no
Emily,
back.
I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis? About last night, I'm guessing.
Sadly, no. Even if I'd like to have, alas, there are more pressing matters. I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
It must have been Emma I saw in my vision.
I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay.
Oh, free.
If Mother's really killed her sister, I'd better find her by myself. They say they spent a lot of time together. They got along well.
Oh, really? Do you think your mother liked Duchess Hillsborough?
Of course she did. After all, she's your sister. Well, we'll find them, Emily. Trust me.
Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
Quiet.
I better keep that to myself for the time being.
Come, Louis. They're waiting for us.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest. But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
Yeah, why? You guys always being an ass.
And what has Mr. Peru done to once again provoke someone's anger?
We don't really know just yet.
I get the feeling it won't be long before it gets out.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds!
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined. What?
Oh, no.
The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before. How dare they?
Oh, dear.
Oh, as if...
Oh no. What?
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous! Bastard! He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote! Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness. He was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
If I remember rightly, what Mother told me one night, King Louis was secretly also part of the Order. I wonder what impact his death will have on us. Sad news, sir.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you, too. Of course.
I heard about your mother's disappearance.
He looks concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone. Well, let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
Why? Is there something you particularly wanted from her?
No, not specially.
My questions made him feel uneasy, but he's keeping his emotions under control.
Your mother and I used to often speak together. I have rarely met someone so learned. To tell you the truth, I was about to make a deal with her. Did she tell you about our arrangement?
Absolutely, but I was hoping that you could tell me more about it.
Well, she was planning to sell me a very old book. I will make no secret of the fact that I am passionate about the subject, and when Sarah spoke to me about it, her account literally had me enthralled. I can think of nothing else since. You might have come across some old books in her belongings, perhaps?
I found one.
Quite old? With locks on every chapter?
Oh no. I'm sorry, sir. This one is the Mysterium Cosmographicum, a book she is particularly fond of.
Oh, no. That's not the one.
Poor man's disgusted. I shouldn't play with his nerves. I'll look again. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say?
The Necronomicon.
Every time I move closer to it, it seems to
pages.
slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain von Borchardt in Paris. Do you know him?
Indeed. One of your close friends?
No, not really, but we were close once. Precisely over the case that concerns us now, because he claimed to have the book I'm looking for.
Another dishonest person. What can you say? Can't trust anyone these days, huh?
No, you can't.
I hope I've been able to satisfy your curiosity, Mr. von Volner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
I beg your pardon?
We both know what you're looking for, von Volner. You're the one who von Burchard was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, all those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know that I am working for someone who does not appreciate anyone poking around in his business.
Let me guess. Your dear king, I should think.
What? You mean Frederick William? Oh, my poor fellow. You are miles away. That stupid, pretentious puppet wields no real power. But seeing as you do not wish to be serious, so be it. Good luck to you.
That was abrupt. What a dick. Yeah, my guy needs to scratch his head. Let's search this room real quick. Because I don't know if I searched it earlier. So far it's absolutely empty of anything I can interact with. Let's check the table. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, it looks like this is just a room for meeting. Alright, I guess we have to head out to the other people. Can't remember which direction it was, but hey, this has been such a crazy episode. I think we're gonna end it right here, and then we'll go in and start searching for more clues about Mother Dearest. And hopefully not have another huge... That riddle was just terrible to me. My brain was just not programmed for it today, so yeah, hopefully much better discourse and clue gathering. So thanks again, see you soon, and thanks for watching. Have a good night. Ciao.